Welcome, everyone, to our second edition of Capital Connections. We're covering the 88th Texas Legislative Session and brought to you by Polunsky Beitel Green. I'm Doug Foster, the Director of Regulatory Affairs, and I'm joined with Peter Idziak, the Senior Associate Attorney for the firm. In our first broadcast, we talked about the legislative structure, and today we want to discuss the life of a bill. Maybe a flashback for some of you who remember your Saturday morning cartoons and the Schoolhouse Rock, I'm Just a Bill on Capitol Hill. There are actually 7 steps for a bill to progress through to make it to an actual law. And so today we want to focus on the first 2 steps. First, the filing of a bill, and then the referral to committee. So Peter, can you walk us through the process for filing a bill?
Sure, happy to, Doug. So a bill can start with any citizen who has an issue that they wish to see addressed. A bill may also grow out of the recommendations of an interim committee study conducted when the legislature is not in session. In any case, you'll need to find a legislator because they must act as a sponsor of the bill. Now, a draft of what is seeking to be changed or accomplished, draft of that bill will be sent to the Texas Legislative Council. And these folks will craft the bill into the proper format and ensure its impact on other sections of statute is understood and coordinated.
So once that's accomplished, then how are the bills labeled or identified?
Well, you will see several letters preceding all bill numbers to help you categorize their source. So House bills are designated HB, Senate bills are designated SB. And you will also see in our memos tracking bills of interest designations of HJR or SJR. So these refer to House or Senate joint resolutions. And a joint resolution seeks to make changes to the Texas Constitution, which, if passed by a 2/3 majority in the legislature, are then placed on the ballot for Texas citizens to vote on. Another important aspect of a bill is its caption. So a bill caption provides a brief description of the purpose and intent of the bill. Now, we include the captions along with the bills we were tracking in our weekly memos, and the captions are typically written very narrowly in order to prevent what is referred to as a Christmas tree. So bills are frequently amended throughout the process, and sometimes these amendments are unwelcome. But in order for a bill to be amended, the amendment must be germane to the caption. So a broad caption allows others to hang all sorts of amendments on your bill, similar to hanging ornaments on a Christmas tree, hence the name. So narrow captions are important. So after a bill is drafted and named, the next step is for it to be introduced. Doug, can you describe how that happens?
Sure. So the Texas Constitution actually requires that a bill be read 3 times before it becomes law. And the first reading is when it is first introduced on the floor of the appropriate chamber. And you may have seen this process on TV where it sounds like an auctioneer just rattling off indiscernible comments and kind of almost like gibberish between slamming the gavel down over and over again. But really all that process does is put the bill into the record or the journal, and that allows it then to be referred to a committee. And another requirement is that all bills must be heard in a public hearing before they can become law, and that's the work that's done at the committee level. Most of the work is done at the committee level, and in fact, sometimes though, committees are referred to as the place where bills are sent to die, as probably consistently for the last several decades, less than 20% of all bills introduced actually make it into law. But we talked last time during the structure of the legislative process, the lieutenant governor and the House Speaker have significant power, and part of that power is in the appointment of committees and the chairs of those committees. Last week, we saw the Senate committee assignments were issued. The committee that is most relevant to the financial industry is the Senate Committee on Business and Commerce. That committee was expanded to 11 members, but the committee members themselves, significant experience serving on that committee. So I think we'll see very efficient nature there. They're very familiar with the subject matter. The House committees that would be most important for us is pensions, investments, financial services. The House Speaker asked last Thursday for expression of interest cards, but those assignments have not been made yet. But we will certainly be bringing that information to you in the broadcasts coming up ahead.
Thanks, Doug. Looking at those key committees and their members is sure to be informative for those of us in the mortgage industry. So please tune in to future episodes of Capital Connection Live as we continue to cover the 88th session of the Texas Legislature. You can find our past updates on our website at www.mortgagelaw.com under the Insights tab. And if you'd like to subscribe to our Capital Connection updates, the information on how to do so is at the end of this video. Thanks for watching PBG's Capital Connection Live. On behalf of Doug Foster and myself, see you next time.